and pomp. High-stepping, goose-stepping pride as Rome and Berlin sign their Axis Pact. Ethiopia invaded. Il Duce's dream of a great African empire comes to life. The pride of the conqueror races through fascist blood as helpless and harmless natives fall victim to overwhelming might. Next in line is Albania, small neighbor across the Adriatic. Hardy, fighting people, but few in number. The expanding dictator's soldiers gaily make their landing. Mussolini again takes over a weaker nation in the name of protective occupation. Greater wars flame forth. Il Duce picks his time. France weakens. Then Italy declares war. Now Italy faces a more formidable foe. Britain's naval might in a duel for supremacy of the Mediterranean, for maintenance of an empire's lifeline. By air, by broadside, sea battles rage. Anti-aircraft guns down a fascist flyer. His parachute keeps him afloat. A British crew puts forth to salvage a man who a moment earlier tried to bomb them to the death. Even in the water, his arms are raised in surrender. British gunnery takes its toll on an Italian man of war. Frantically, the fascists try to minimize the damage. The lust for empire pushes Il Duce east again into ancient Greece. But Greece stands fast, and cheering Athenians celebrate the news of fresh victory. Not only do her soldiers resist the invasion, but they drive every Italian into retreat across the border back to Albania. Carrying the pursuit over almost impassable mountain trails, the Hellenes pound ton after ton of shells at the fleeing enemy. A stone bridge is destroyed, but Greece carries on. Albania has few roads, but plenty of mud. Greek muscle laughs at mud. Motor trucks must move on. So fast are the fascisti retreating that they leave their fallen comrades unattended. Swift, unexpected attacks in frigid, wicked weather, in bitter cold and snow. Grecian onslaughts drive the Italians backward. Il Duce's men are not victors here, but surprised prisoners of war. Untold quantities of equipment are captured. Grim courage as Greece becomes the victor, not the victim. General Sir Archibald Wavell, British Commander-in-Chief of the Middle East, make ready for attack in Africa. A massive, picturesque army assembles. Australians and New Zealanders and Sikhs from the Far East over a vast theater of war. Native, hard-fighting sons of the desert, Spahis, Free French forces, Poles, Czechs, men of many shades and tongues, all amassed for counter-assault upon the Italians who have invaded Egypt and now are holding Sidi Barrani. Far to the south, other forces gather. Haile Selassie, Lion of Judah, more confident, his people greatly strengthened, returns to rally them for rebellion against Il Duce. They move from Kenya far into Italian Somaliland, boasted by native troops of other African states, all with but one thought, decisive defeat for the Italians. To the north, from the Sudan, still other British divisions attack Il Duce's men in Eritrea, race down the Red Sea shore. South Africans arrive from Cape Town to add their strength to the southern campaign. General Wavell strikes. The desert bursts aflame. He attacks Sidi Barrani. surprises the fascist garrison, outwits their strategy. Armored divisions sweep across the sands to the coast in one direction. Infantry appears like magic, entirely surrounding the napping foe. So swift, so unexpected is the attack that escape is scarcely possible. Equipment, supplies, planes, tanks are abandoned in the rush of those who manage to live or retreat. These fascist planes will never bomb Suez. That threat is averted. The canal and its life-giving traffic are saved. Vast stores, valuable equipment, direly needed on the desert, and especially with Britain's Navy blockading replacements along the coast. Desert hideouts are detected. Hands go up in surrender. And the first long winding trek of Italian prisoners of war begins. Unbelievable snake-like lines of men stretching beyond the desert horizon, fading into a dim tracing on the white sand. Then Bardia. Britain's Navy gets into action. Italy is driven out of Egypt and far into Libya. Il Duce's empire crumbles. The scoreboard of this comedian tells its own story. Across the desert, General Wavell's land forces have swept westward with lightning speed to the edge of Bardia. Infantry and artillery take up the attack. Tanks dash toward the doomed city. Britain's shells find their mark. Bardia is surrounded. Escape is cut off to the west, to the south. The flashing moves of new troops trap the fleeing foe. A dauntless array of attackers determined to follow their advantage till Libya is free of the fascists. Only days later, Tobruk falls. Italy's resistance has snapped. And always the story is the same. Piles of captured equipment. Thousands upon thousands of prisoners, men huddled in milling groups, disconsolate men, bound for obscurity in place of the glory that had been promised them. Their cause lost, their country defeated. In a month, Britain turns the tables on them. Britain proves its mettle. Britain rids Egypt of the fascist threat and thrusts Il Duce out of his cherished Cyrenaica. Once they proudly paraded before their leader's eyes. But now, the spring is out of their step. From African battlefields to Bombay, India, prisoners of war. In this mystic land, these fascists and a war-torn world await the verdict of history.